guys, it's Megan. Welcome to the 8 flying solo this week, all by myself. Thanks to Celine Dion and her support for getting me through this difficult time. Not actually drinking Malort, that's for later. All right, so let's dive into this. We got the Frantastic. I don't know if you've heard, the BBC released a video of the grammar vigilante. He's sort of a mix between Batman and Banksy. So he's going through the town at night and finding the incorrect usage of apostrophes in signage and going ahead and deleting that to shame people into using proper grammar because, you know, good grammar is a difference between knowing your shit and knowing your shit. I feel like that doesn't make sense unless you see it visually and see the apostrophe in there, but I hope you get what I'm saying. Cool. That's it. Anyway, moving on to the Fran-lebrity. This week we kicked off our leadership issue. Steve Hockett graced the cover this week. He's the incoming CEO of Great Clips. He will be replacing Rhoda Olson at the end of the year. And he shared his story. He started as a Great Clips franchisee actually at the age of 27. That location didn't do so great and kind of flopped, but after that, the brand really stayed with him. He went to a couple different roles, and then eventually Rhoda Olson kind of noticed that he had really great potential as far as being an executive, so she brought him on board. And then over the years, he gradually went up the ladder, and now he will be the new CEO. And in that role, he said that he would really like to help the brand reach its milestone of 10,000 units, which is pretty awesome. Right now, they're at just over 4,000, and that's a number that's gone up pretty drastically over the past few years. So it's certainly something that's well within reach. This is weird without anyone transitioning. So anyway, we got the fresh money next. We're focusing on Toppers Pizza this week. They're building strong momentum after 2016. So last year they signed 3 multi-unit deals. And so what that's looking like is 41 locations this year that are going to open. And with that in mind, if all goes as planned, which I'm sure it will, they're hoping to surpass the 80 unit mark during the first half of 2017 alone, which is pretty awesome. And then as far as future goals this year, they're hoping to sign on 10 new franchise agreements. And they're targeting key markets like North Carolina, Colorado, Minnesota, the Dakotas, Ohio, and more. And if you tune in to 1851 in the next few weeks, we've been rolling out a series that's really highlighting some of these key growth markets for the brand, showcasing some franchisees who have done very well there and why these markets are really great areas for the brand. Cool. Frant of the week. This week, I wish Nick was here to describe his experience, but Nick is back with a column. This time he's talking about his month as a vegan, which we've all in the office heard plenty about. He was very grumpy. But he made it out alive, and I think he's since eaten meat. But what happened, he lost a bet in ping pong to our in-house vegan, Michael, and during that bet, he had to unfortunately go vegan for an entire month. And so what he did was sort of compare what he learned from that experience to business. And one of the things that I really enjoyed was how he explained that if you really put your mind to it, anything is possible. As somebody who grew up as a carnivore for his entire life, of course, giving up meat is not an easy task. But with that end goal in mind, if you realize that if you take it day by day, step by step, that it's something that's very achievable. One of the quotes that he had in his column that I really enjoyed was, "In business, sometimes the largest hurdles seem too high to climb. I didn't climb the whole month on day one. I took it meal by meal. Any diet, any goal, any success doesn't come overnight. In the rare case that it does, the journey to get there is missed and the appreciation for the accomplishment is diminished." So I think what he's trying to say is after a month without having steak, I'm sure that steak was a really wonderful adventure and accomplishment. Good job. Franch, forward. Got workout anytime. They are growing in Texas thanks to a franchisee, John Waskow. Dallas, the Dallas-Fort Worth area is the new home to the very first Workout Anytime in the state. He actually came across Workout Anytime through his wife, who's actually a consultant at FranNet, and they really identified the brand as a great investment thanks to its simple business model and the fact that the gym industry is obviously booming right now, and that Workout Anytime is playing an important role in that with its value price system and great simple business model, semi-absentee ownership possibilities, you name it. It's a really great package, and a lot of franchisees are starting to notice. I don't know how to segue into the next one. Fran Funny. Nobody's here to laugh at my jokes, so I'm just going to go for it. This one is actually going in here courtesy of Ahmad, who's our camera guy. I hear he really likes this joke. So I don't know if you've been checking out Instagram, but my favorite Instagram account recently published this. So Facebook now has stories, Instagram has stories, Snapchat, whatever. Every possible platform is introducing stories, whatever that means. So I don't know if you heard, but spreadsheets are pretty hot right now too. Microsoft recently announced that everyone's favorite program, Excel, will be adding stories too. Just kidding. Cool. Transpiration. This week I have a quote from Chef Myra Isabel Morales of Schlotzsky's. We interviewed her last week, actually. She was part of our Women in Franchising series. Really incredible lady. She spent most of her life working as a chef. Her inspiration came from her family, actually. While visiting her great aunt in Colombia, she kind of fell in love with the art of food and the great things that can come from combining ingredients. And ever since that moment, she just knew that she was destined to be a chef herself. And today she's worked her way up to be the executive chef at Schlotzsky's with Focus Brands. So I wanted to share one of the quotes that I really enjoyed. If there's one thing I learned over the years, it's that you can't let other people bring you down. People told me I was crazy for writing a book. They told me I couldn't be a chef because I looked a certain way or my background was different than most. Whatever you do, don't listen to them. Take pride in what you do and who you are. Be bold and never give up. We're all deserving of incredible opportunities and happiness. That's special. Lastly, Frenemies versus Frans. Hope I said that right. Frans versus Frenemies? Great. Okay. This week, we recently launched EasyCert on 1851. They are doing something really unique in the industry in that they are taking care of insurance compliance for brands. So a lot of franchisors, as they grow, they're responsible for making sure that every franchisee has the insurance they need and that it's in compliance with the FDD regulations that have been set forth. And EasyCert kind of takes that hard work and all that management off the plate of the franchisor with their team of industry experts and financial gurus. They've been able to make that process as seamless and easy as possible. So it's a big service to a lot of franchise brands. So be sure to check out their brand page on 1851. And that is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this very awkward and lonely episode of The 8. Goodbye!